Hi, welcome back again to another Digital Creatives Institute of Imagination with Future Youth Zone session. Today we're going to start looking at Scratch. Scratch is a kind of like a coding language. It's a website that you can see here, you can go on, and what that does is it does something called block coding. So you can make things out of blocks of code rather than having to type the code out. And so this is a really good way of starting to make stuff if you don't want to get really far deep into all the different coding languages. So today we're going to make some animations, but you can make almost anything in Scratch. You can make computer games, you can make animations, you can draw and animate it that way, you can code and animate, you can make kind of little interactive worlds, and we're choosing to do animation to pick up on what you did with the stop motion last week, and to like convert that into coding. So you're taking the ideas and your creativity around moving things physically, taking photos. How can you do that with coding? And what we can do with that block coding, it might seem really simple, but next week and the week after, we're going to start using virtual reality and augmented reality. And again, using block coding to start telling that world what to do. So this is a super quick way of doing it, and we're going to start. So the first thing, sign into Scratch. You might have to join here. It's super simple. I don't even think you need an email. You just need to create your own password and login. So I'm going to sign in. Cool. And once you've signed in, it should give you your name up there and a little folder with stuff. So you should just go right ahead and click on create, but I'm going to go into my stuff and show you something I've done. So I made this project inspired by watching The Last Dance, the Chicago Bulls documentary, reminding how much I used to like basketball growing up and how much I used to play. And I can't go out and play anymore because we're on lockdown. They've actually taken the basketball hoops away from the court around near my house. So playing around with this, if you press the flag, this starts your code. If you press the red one, that stops it. And if we want to change something, we'd go see inside. So I'm just going to play you and show you what this does. So super quick animation of the cat dunking over the basketball player. And a bit of an anime influence with the background flashing in and off with the action. So here's what it looks like. All these blocks. It looks super complicated, but it's really simple. And we're going to start off probably with a blank one so you can see how you can do everything. And one thing you might want to do is make your screen as big as possible so you can fit in all these little things. You'll see along the side it's got all these different options of blocks. So motion, looks, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and my blocks. So if the block doesn't exist for something you want to do, you can make a block. But today we're going to use pretty simple things. We're going to be using motion, maybe sounds, maybe events, no, definitely events, and some of the control ones. So when you start off with a new one, you won't see a screen like that. What you'll see, let's go back to here. Click create. You get your first blank project. All you see is the sprite, the cat that is Scratch's mascot, and a blank space. Now you'll notice I had two characters and a background. So the first thing we want to do is think, what background do we want for our story? So I picked the basketball one, basketball 2 actually. If there's something that's not here though, you can import. So if you look up to paint, you can just draw it in. You can click surprise and get one, or you can upload a background. So you can find any file off the internet. You can take a photo of your own house and put it there. So I'm just going to click surprise to grab one. Cool. So now I can move the character around if I want, but this is its starting position. And I also had two different characters. So you'll notice on the other one, my character was the other way around. So how do I get them to flip rounds? There's a number of different ways, but this is the quickest way. Just go to costumes. See, this is labeled costume 1 and this is labeled costume 2. So I can highlight all of it and I can flip horizontal straight away. Done. But you can also highlight different bits. So if you want to change their arm movements, their leg movements, if they're walking, you could do that and have all these different costumes. I had another character in that one as well. So how do I get that? Simply go down to here, the sprite. So your characters are called sprites. Again, can upload something, can choose one from the list. There's loads of different people here, loads of different characters. You can search ones people have loaded. You can paint someone in, and you can upload. So if you're wanting to do what you want to do with real characters that already exist there, you can find them. You can find them on the internet. You can take photos of your friends, cut them out on Photoshop or something similar on Google Paint, put them up there. If you're sick of waiting for the new Rick and Morty, you could make an episode, as even some people have already done that. If you search on Scratch, you can pick The Simpsons, anything you want, any animation, you can upload that. So I'm just going to go click surprise for a random one. I have a keyboard. I'm going to click surprise again because I don't know how. Oh yeah, cool. So I have someone called Kai, and I can just delete the keyboard. No, I can't. I can drag that, click the bin there. So Kai, again, he's facing the wrong way. So I'm going to go on costumes, flip him. I think I'll go that one. Cool. So Kai B walking along. So how to get them to move? Really simple. You'll notice now that here, Kai's highlighted and there's a little Kai character there. So whatever I do now, Kai will do, but the cat won't. So the first thing we need is the events. You need to decide, are you going to play by pressing the flag or by pressing a key or the sprite clicking? The events are really things like actions. So when this action happens, what do you want your character to do? So let's start with the flag, because that's a nice and easy one. When the flag's clicked, move 10 steps. Moves 10 steps. Does it again. But if it's an animation, we want him to go back to the beginning after the end. So we need to have a kind of reset button. And let me see if I can remember how to do this, because it was a minute ago when I did it. So when I receive, and the message is just whatever, so you put like reset. So when you receive rest, you want to go back to the original position. So the original position was like here. You'll notice in motion, I think. Yeah, go to. So see how it's got X minus 74 and Y minus 10? That refers to like the X and Y axis, which is like a line. X, I think, goes across left to right and Y goes up and down. So it's saying the position that Kai, probably his feet are in, minus 74 going up and down, going side to side, and minus 10 going up and down. Well, that might be the way around. But if you notice, if you click on the second sprite, they change, those numbers change, because it's telling you exactly where that is. So if you get your characters where you want, get that and drop it in. That'll be your reset position. So now if I move this, that doesn't move, but it does here. So if I moved them, I'd simply delete that, go there, drop them in. Cool. So now, going back to Kai to find the reset bit, when I receive rest. So all we need to do is make sure that the last thing that happens, and I think it just has to happen on one character, is send message rest. It's broadcast rest. Cool. So now the cat needs that as well when I receive rest. And I'll drop something in so we can double check it's worked with both. So when whatever is clicked, motion, go to random position. This one's quite fun. So now, I think it's not working because the moving and broadcasting rest at the same time. So what we need to go is we need like a wait 2 seconds. So that'll be somewhere. We can speed this bit up. So control, everything like wait is in control. So wait 1 second. So now still not working. Ah, right. Because I got broadcast and rest the wrong way around. So now let's try this. Cool. And they go back. Wait 1 second, go back. Move 1 second, go back. Move 1 second, go back. So that's how you get your basics of moving and resetting. Wow, that's been 10 minutes already. So we've already covered how to change backgrounds. We've covered how to change how to move about, and how to reset. So now what you want to do is work out how to make these do things that you want. So along with the walking, you can also say things like looks, switch costumes. So that might sound weird to switch a costume, but if you think a costume is really just the way the character is looking and the direction they're looking and what they are doing. So in my original one, it doesn't look like they switch costumes. But there, that's 2 costume changes. So if we go inside, you can see when the cat thinks whom, let's reset that. When the cat receives message 1, it thinks and switches costume. So when Jamal, after a second, broadcasts message 1, you won't get the ball off me. And then waits a second and switches costume. So you can see that's him with the costume gone, and the cat is the costume with the ball. So all I did for that was take the ball, cut and paste the ball from Jamal, and then paste it in there. And so that's how you can do things like that. You can get other characters and combine them. You can even put 2 characters together as a costume. And then you just switch and switch back. Adding noises in sounds. Again, you just put them in. And for movements, you can have lots of different actions. So you're pressing buttons, or you can just wait 15 seconds, wait 0.5 seconds and move them slightly. And then you change the X and Y slightly, or you move 4 steps, 5 steps, whatever. So that's how you make super quick animations. We'd love to see anything you do. If you've got animations you made on Scratch, please upload a video of them or photo to Instagram, tag Institute of Imagination and Future Youth Zone in them. If you've got any, you can comment on the Future Youth Zone posts on the one showing this video, or you can email them to inquiries@Future Youth Zone. We'd love to see them, and we want to show the rest of the young people who join in our classes what they can do. And if you want to join in the classes further, they are for juniors every Wednesday at about 4 o'clock, 4:15, for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And for seniors, they're every Thursday at 4:15. And we do slightly different things in both the sessions. So if you're thinking this looks a bit childish for me, I don't want to do it. It's up to you. We just show you how to use the tools, then you can make whatever you want. So this is really powerful. And some of the seniors actually made computer games with Scratch last time. And we're moving on to building virtual worlds. So please get involved and let us know if there's anything you want other tutorials on. And tag us in your videos.